This is Python Tute02B, and this is things that we can do with lists. So now that we have a list, we can do a number of things with that list. So the first thing that we're going to do with any list is we need to know how many things are in that list. So for example, if we just print out our list, and then we go our number of items is equal to len, short for length, of some list, and then we print that number of items, and then we hit play. We'll see down the bottom that it runs through and it tells us there are 5 items in the list. And look at this. 1 is the first item, hello is the second item, 6.5 is the third item. This list here with 3 items in it is the 4th item, and this dictionary here is the 5th item in that list. You can see there that we've got a number of items in our list, and that number of items happens to be 5. The next thing you might want to be able to do is you might want to be able to remove an item from its list by its value. So what we can actually say is we can print out the list just to be sure, sum list, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to say sum list dot remove, and we're going to open it, and we're going to remove the value 6.5 just to be easy. I don't like that value anyway, and we're going to print it out, and we go sum list, and just for good measure we're going to copy these 2 lines of code, Control C, come down here and press Control V, and we'll see what happens now. So I'm going to save this and I'm going to hit run, and you'll see now that we started off with 5 and then we remove 6.5. So you can go see here it goes from hello straight to the sub list, which is the first sub list. So it got rid of 1 item by using the remove command. Now sometimes, actually I'm going to tell you right now, it's very rarely a good idea to remove it by its item, because if that item's not there, it will throw an error. And basically it will cause an issue. It's like asking a computer to push the chair in when the chair is already in, rather than actually being like a human being and going, yeah, whatever, the chair's already in, I won't do that. The computer will try to do it and find that it can't, and it will throw an error. So we need to be able to do that. Better way of removing something is by its index, because we know that will exist. So if I go print sum list, so we can see that it's being there, and then we say sum list, and this is a bizarre one, dot pop, and we can pop off the item number. We get rid of item number 1, and then we're going to go print sum list, and if we run that now, you can see that the word hello is now gone from the list. And if you counted the items in the list, it would be down to 3. So you can use the pop command to basically pop an item out of the list. And that's an old-fashioned term that comes from the old computing days, when that used to be a mnemonic for doing exactly that, popping an item in a register. So we've got that one there now. We need to sometimes clear the whole list. So let's actually do that now. So if I say basically sum list dot clear, and then go print sum list, and actually run that, you see my list is now empty, denoted by just 2 empty brackets. It's back the same as it was just after I created it up here. Also, if you did that, it'd probably also clear it. So if you set it back to just being a list. So now we've got some list cleared. Sometimes you need to sort lists. So before I can sort a list, I need to recreate a bit of a list. Let's create a more meaningful list to sort. So just looking over my page, because I'm on my second page of code now. So let's actually add something to my sum list. So sum list is going to be equal to, I'm going to open and close my square brackets, and in here I'm going to put the names Smith Jones. I need to open that because it's a string. And then I'm going to put in Anderson. And I'm going to put in Clark. Okay, so I've got that list there. And if I print that list, and then I go sum list dot sort, and then I print the list again. We'll see what happens. And there you go. It's sorted it by alphabetical order, which is quite nice to do. It will also sort things in numerical order with mixed arrays, with mixed data types. It gets a bit confusing. So you probably want to have something with a single data type. If I want to, next thing down, oh, yeah, that's a note. By the way, when we learn how to do this properly, we're going to learn how to do this by using code, not just using .sort, so that we can look at different ways that a computer might sort, because we need to know that. Sometimes you need to copy a list. Sometimes it's a good idea to copy a list. In fact, there is a sort algorithm that actually will copy it before it sorts it so that it doesn't destroy the initial list. So, for example, basically, I've got another list can be equal to some list dot copy. That will just move everything across from one list to another. And if I go and print another list, you'll see that I've got that copied out. Oops, I just did a capital I in there. Run. And you can see now that that actually is a copy of the sorted list. Sometimes you need to reverse a list. Now, this is a common thing that you need to do. Just reverse the list or make a copy of it and then put that copy into reverse. So we can just say other list dot reverse. And then if we print another list, we can see that that's going to work for us. Let's turn that into reverse order. Sometimes you need to insert a specific item at a specific spot. And this is the final thing we're going to do today. There are other things you can do with lists, but we need to be able to work through some other programming functions before we come back to our use of lists. So I'm going to basically say print some list, and I'm going to think I need to insert a list of somebody with the last name of Black, and I'm going to go some list dot insert. And this is a two-part function. I need to know where I'm going to insert it. So I'm going to insert it before item 1, and it's going to be Black. The last name of Black, in it goes. And now, final time to print this is some list. I'll run that again. If I run that, you'll see that it's now updated it with the word Black in front of Clark in the right order, because I've spent all that time ordering it, and you can see that I've got it in the right order now. And that way I can insert something wherever I need to, and you're going to need that particular function at some point as well when you're doing actual sorting. So that's what we're doing with lists. I can do a lot with a list. They are very powerful. I can create all sorts of things, and I'm going to go through in the next video the activity that I want you to be able to complete.